Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Great having you here. I've got a bit of free time on my hands today, so I've got next 10 to 15 minutes perhaps, maybe to smash on another one. This is a topic been on my mind for last, sort of months now about bracelets. And this video is actually specifically, of course, we'll talk about bracelet in general for some of our lovely beloved SKXs and turtles and 60 masters here. But again, the point is, I want to address something directly to you, to SKX's owners, right? So of course we know the legendary, right? So XK, so 007, 009, 0011, as long as you guys know, right? It's the case design. That again, guys, if you bought those watches, let's say 10 years ago, 5 years ago, when they discontinue your buying now, majority of the time the SKX that you buy will come in rubber strap. The Z22 rubber strap, of course, right? Two aspects. Number one, the diver is supposed to be on the strap. Beautiful thing to have, and they're OEM, the manufacturer. This is how Seiko decided their watch to be shipped out. No issues with it. Love it. The Z22 strap, I don't have it with me right now, but the Z22 strap, as you guys know, right, it's a bit stiff. It's not as soft, of course, if you compare it to some of the new straps that come with the turtle, SRP turtle, of course, and the 62 mass. But it does the job perfectly. They're using very solid constructions, and they will last you for a very long time. All right, when it comes to divers now. But again, you know me, I love my watches on bracelets, and many of you are as well. I just think bracelets, of course I can swap them out to straps and still wear them, but now in my current collection journey, I like the idea of having bracelets on my watches because they solidify the divers. I believe they truly do. I mean, look at them. I've no doubt they will look brilliantly on Uncle Seiko, Uncle Strap, waffle, legendary waffle straps, FKM strap. They're perfectly fine. But there's just something about a bracelet, a stainless steel bracelet on a stainless steel case. Of course, this is with the hard coating. It just solidifies the watch head. It gives an additional layer of sense of security, and of course from a visual perspective, this is the Z199 Uncle Straps. I just love how it looks. Guys, of course, chime in the comments below whether you prefer, if you have the exact same watches. Of course, you've got many watches in your collection. Many of your watches are a lot more expensive in different varieties, but are you preferring straps over bracelet? Did you prefer bracelet in the past, or do you like to change them up? Leave in the comments below so everybody can see your experiences, your opinions. Okay, but today I want to focus on this bad boy, on the 007. Now, when many of my subscribers talk about this watch and wider communities, as we said before, it comes on the rubber strap, and I was there in that exact position because when I bought the 009, this watch came with, I believe, this is a strap code, of course, very well known, extremely well made, a solid end link, oyster style bracelet, and they're fine. They're perfectly fine. So when I was on a hunt to see which bracelets were actually match as well with the SKXs. Of course, I had a pleasure with the seller. He looked after me. He's someone that I appreciate, and you know what? The watch came on this beautiful bracelet, and you know what? Here's the thing. In today's standard, this is a bad bracelet, because in today's standards, when we're looking at watches, again, I'm just going over the places, right? In today's standards, so-called micro brands, or you call this trend, is every time when you look at the watches, the first thing is not to look at the story. The first thing is not to look at the design. The first thing is not to look at the overall impression when you have it on your hands, trading back to the brand heritage and history. The first thing people talk about is what material they're using on the crystal, for God's sake, right? It's this watch made in sapphire crystal. The second thing to look at, the bezel is aluminum. We want to... None of my watches here are made by ceramic bezel, but is the bezel ceramic? Otherwise, we're not buying it, because it's going to get scratched up, it's going to get destroyed. Guys, just look at ourselves, how easily how easily we can get manipulated and brainwashed. You know I'm talking about the truth here, not just in watches, in everything else in life too. So in today's standards, people look in the bracelet, they will ask the first question is, hey, is the bracelet made by solid end link? That's the way, right? Everything has to be solid end link. Everything has to be. We don't like screw, ping, and that's never gonna work. Not secure. You will fall out. We want screw pings. It has to be screw pings, right? All the links, there has to be solid from end to end. It has to be solid links. Oh, the clasp has to be milled, right? This bracelet, this OEM the bracelet takes none of it. All the points that I talk about, they were legitimate points, but this bracelet takes none of the boxes. And on the contrary, let's just stick with the OEM things for now. On the contrary, wow, this bracelet is made by solid end link. Okay, as we know, Seiko will never use its screws. As far as I'm concerned, I've seen no Seikos on a screw, but all the links are solid. Wow, even the clasp, even the old clasp extension bit includes the whole thing is properly milled. Look how thick it is. Wow, this bracelet ticks all of them. Beautiful bracelet. Again, I was lucky to find a local subscriber sold this bracelet for about $100 US, and I grabbed it, of course, because you know this 62 mass SPB 147 came on a rubber strap. But doesn't mean this bracelet is 10 times better than this bracelet. Doesn't mean this bracelet should cost 5 times more than this bracelet. Doesn't mean when you're wearing these watches you should feel less inspired, you should feel less secured, you should feel less satisfied than this bracelet. The answer is no. And I'm going to tell you why. People spend over $100 or around the $100 level to find a bracelet for SKXs such as this, right? This is a strap coat. Nothing wrong with it. Extremely solid. They tick all the boxes. Solid end link, screw links, and a proper milled clasp. Tick all the boxes, right? But if I given a choice, if somebody can take this bracelet away and give me another one of those, I'll take it within a second. And again, I'll show you why. Now, bracelets is a significant part of a watch experience, just like strap, just like leather straps. Because it is the thing that holding onto your watch is the thing that touches with your skin, the things that you look with your eyes. It is a significant portion of the visual aspect of it, and most importantly, it dictates how comfortable your watch is wearing, really more than the watch itself, right? Sorry, I'm just gonna make sure the crystal's clean. So when it comes to bracelet, again, you can look into my opinion as my 2 cents, or you can think I'm the expert in this field, at least when it comes to Seiko bracelets. Up to you. But strap coat, premium level, entry to premium level SPB line bracelet. This is not $100. Legendary Uncle Strap is probably one of the best in the business. Super version of Z199 come with the solid end link and mill clasp. You can draw the conclusion Felix know all about bracelets, so what he says must be the truth. So I'm gonna speak the truth, and you're gonna have to listen to my truth. Bracelets, in my opinion, has a good bracelet. In my opinion, of course, there are many parts of engineering towards it, but as a customer like me, I look at 3 aspects, and I don't rank them. But in those 3 aspects, the bracelet has to tick them all. If the bracelet fails in one of those aspects, I wouldn't buy that bracelet. At least that's the way I look at it. Now, the first aspect is the design, because the way the bracelet looks has to align in a consistent manner and in a harmony way with the watches that is on, right? Of course, right? It make a lot of sense because the bracelets are come with the watches. The watches are come with the bracelet. So from a design perspective, you have to get it right. So visual aspects, the Jubilee, guys, I understand you can throw whatever bracelet you want. It's a 22mm lug width, but the Jubilee bracelet with the end link here fitted, guys, this is it, like I said in the other video, right? If God made a dive watch and give it to people as a people champion, this is how God would have designed the bracelet. Jubilee like this, nothing fancy, more than what it needs to be. Just the old-fashioned Jubilee bracelet with the brush on the sides and polishing in the middle. When it comes to a diver's watch, even though this is not a small watch at 42mm, but from a design aspect, the bracelet has to taper, guys. Okay, I can't lie about this. 22mm lock width right here. All right, I just get it right. So you guys know this is 22 anyway. I don't have to go. So the right in the first link out of the way from 21.5, 20. Sorry, the battery running out of this. I have to change it up. But it tapers all the way down to 18, and the clamps go back to 20. I would wish and hope the design aspect this tapers a little bit more, all the way down to 16. Like I'll just hold. I'm gonna hold this like this, like this Z199. Of course, the sharing is commonality, right? There you go. That's probably it away. So the base 22mm lock width from the watch head, and this one go down all the way down to 16. The ankle strap Z199. The Z199 all down to 16. I think that's contribute to a large factor of what I chose this bracelet. But this one down to 18. But the point is, it tapers. So from design perspective, the OEM jingly jangly, that's what you call it, right? Tick the boxes of overall design, the look of it, and it tapers exceptionally well. This feels like it tapers from a 22 to 16, to be honest. I don't know how they did it, but it looks extremely thin here. And I'll probably tell you why in a minute. I actually just pick it up now. The second aspect of the bracelet that I look for is construction. Okay, I understand, Felix. What are you talking about? This is not a solid end link. No quality. This is not a screw link. No quality. This is not a mill clasp. No quality. But guys, don't forget, I never owned a Rolex before, not to mention the vintage Rolex. I'm new to the hobby, but I can guarantee 40, 50 years ago, Rolex was not making any mill clasps whatsoever. Probably even a lot recently. They're not making bracelet with the mill clasp. I don't know, the solid end link bit or screw links. But guys, just in comparison, retail of the OEM bracelet on this, the Seiko makes on the SPB 62 mass line, it retails for well beyond 200 US. Of course, I think it would be a bit of silly to spend on that money unless you can come across a deal like this. A local subscriber was selling the bracelets. Of course, he was probably having another version of 62 mass and decided to have that watch on the strap. This is a solid end link. But guys, I'm gonna do something that will surprise you. Of course, you can say this is the commonality of Seiko's quality control, but guys, a solid end link will not guarantee a solid fitment. Look at it. Ankle strap, love it. Solid end link. A quarter of a century ago, Seiko made this. Hollow. Doesn't move at all, guys. Almost, in a way. A lot better than those two. So you can't draw the conclusion that this is anything less when it comes to the way that it fits. They wobbles. This one almost stays still. So from an engineering perspective and the way that it solidified the connection between the end link and the watches, I prefer hollow, guys, because there's so much play that you have internally in terms of flexibility to secure on the surface that it doesn't move at all. Now, I understand, I prefer mill class as well, but when it comes to a press clasp like this, I don't really mind, guys. Seriously, especially after owning I have those, right? I have those I mean, the bracelet alone of the three bracelet costs over 500 USD or 450 bucks, a lot of money, right? But I don't mind those press one now. I don't know why. It's as much as secure. Of course, right? If you work in the construction field or you're doing a lot of laboring, then in the long term, they probably survive better than this, right? Because simply it doesn't provide as much rigidity in the long term if you're exercising a lot of weights on it. But look at the clasp as well. That's the other part of the design. Look how thick this is. Look how thick the Strapco clasp is against the in comparison to the SKXs. Okay, and look at this horrible. Oh, sorry guys, I'm not talking about this horrible. I just not preferring this, but I know it come with it, so I have to eat it up, right? But look how the pusher protrudes out. Look how large that clasp closure it is against the clasp. From an engineering and security perspective and the convenience of changing all the micro adjustment, 10 out of 10. But from a design elegance aspects, maybe 2 out of 10, right? This one, from an engineering, solidifying your class, I don't know what kind of specs you guys want, 2 out of 10. All right, but again, works for me. But because this one doesn't have any protrude size for the closure, you use a vintage style similar to the Z199. You're actually going from the top and you unbuckle. So what it does is from that tapering from the 22 millimeters all the way down to 20, all the way down to 18 and back to 20. But look how elegant it is. Because it is so, you guys will call it cheaply made. Many of you, again, I agree, this is a very cheap bracelet. You can still buy brand new. I think from Marks Lawn and Watches, I actually recommend you guys buy it. I can put it out there. I recommend this bracelet for now, okay? Look how thin and elegant it is. Nothing that you don't, everything that you need. Again, guys, we're wearing these watches not in the sea, not in the divers, not in the mine. Of course, I respect all kinds of professions and whatever you do out there, but I'm desk divers. I think many of you are as well. It is enough. And look how consistently that it measured from 22 down to 18 and back to 20. There's no protrude pushers on the side. It looks beautiful. Vintage. Excellent value on a 50 US. If you can grab this, I think Mark's Lawn watch is selling a bit more than 50 bucks. It was 79 bucks. So, if you can get it 60 bucks, I don't know the pricing again, you guys probably have to check it out, but 100 bucks bracelets, this one 89 bucks, I think, a Strapco. So for a little bit less money, and this is OEM, guys. If you're gonna keep the watch for the long term, at least get a bracelet while I still can. I doubt Seiko still got 10 million or millions or hundreds of thousands of bracelets in their factories. One day they're gonna start making them. Right? The new 5KX GMT come with similar style. Jubilee, that's a great choice. But they are different. They come with, I think they are improved. Right? Actually, if any one of the, my subscribers and people checking out this video, if you can chime in down in the comments, if you got that 5KX GMT, and tell us if that end, because that's a solid end link. Let us know if that bracelet can fit in one of your SKXs. Okay, that'll be great to know. If you can get that, maybe send us a link of how much that costs. But great bracelet. So out of all different bracelets, comparing with Uncle Strap's offering, with just let me show you the just let me show you how the jingle jangly. Many of you already know, right? But again, this is for newcomers, the ones looking for it. Look. It is ridiculously bizarre, flexible. But what do you have in return is absolute comfort. Okay, which is links to my third aspect, if you guys still with me here. So the first one we'll talk about design, the second we'll talk about the construction, the third one is comfort level. Unbelievably comfortable. Out of all my bracelet, this is number one, without a shadow of a doubt. The most, I don't even feel the bracelet on my wrist because how thin, how light it is, and how nicely it plays against the SKX's cases. Guys, conclusion drawn here. I recommend the OEM jangly, what do you call that again? The jumping jingly bracelets. I recommend this. I don't look. I'm not gonna change it all up to get the Seiko jingly bracelets on that 009, or get a similar style to my. This is very flexible as well. Not as flexible as the jingly jangly, but I'm not gonna do that. I still like those bracelets, but if you just look how flexible it is, right? Bunch of bad boys here. I think they're all classic, right? Then you understand me, right? You understand my conclusion. Get this. You will not be sorry, guys. You will like it. Actually, I gotta smash another video comparing those two legends, right? What do you guys reckon? They both are legends, right? There's no disrespect in your collection between watches to another, right? They're all your friends. Like I said in another video, you should like them as how you treat your friends. Each of them carry different experiences in your journey and your lessons in life. That's all it is, right? That's why we're carrying this hobby. That's the way you're gonna make this hobby sustainable. Whether you're looking at $200 watch or $300-400 to $1,000. One day, of course, I get to 2,000, and the next level will be around the 5,000 and then 10 grand. I'm sure I'll get there because they're all lovely. They're all carrying, some of the legend watches carrying a very, very iconic, very inspiring stories behind. But guys, that's all it is, right? You gotta love what you have. Use your heart. Don't make judgment call on, I want this. This Seiko this turtle is great. I love it, but I don't disrespect anyone that chooses a king turtle with that cyclops over the crystal to this. That's awesome. If you like it, if you love it, if you wear it, of course the brands wants to buy it. You carry the same design just in different specs and design cues, enjoy them. Or if you're having SKXs and go, guys, we bought this at $200. We are the winners in life, right? They're better, right? Don't buy the overpriced SPB line, 62 mass. Don't be like that guy. Don't disrespect one watch to another. There is enough discrimination going on in the whole world. Don't let that evil thoughts ever step in the realm watches. Alright, guys? Now, with that being said, thank you so much for your support and love, and no doubt, I'll see you guys again very shortly in the next video. Bye-bye, guys.